Right then, welcome back, and today, yes, we're back on Snowrunner, and we are doing more bloody logs. So, logs to the workers, and we've got to take 2 lots of long logs across to Smithville Dam, because there's no long logs available on that bit of the map. So, we've got 2 trucks, we've got the Western Star 49X and the White Western Star 4954 or something, I don't know, whatever it is, because they can both use that Gucci swan neck, gooseneck, long logs trailer. Now, having used this 4964, that's what it is, having used this a few times, it's okay, but it puts the weight of the logs a long way back, so it ends up making the trucks like pull wheelies and do all sorts of stuff. So the bigger the truck, the better. Obviously not all trucks can use it because it needs a low saddle. However, I thought I'd be clever and join the trucks together before we got going, so I could just tow them round and get it done, and I wouldn't have to drive everything there twice. And I'm not convinced that it's any faster. I think driving each truck by itself is probably faster, and the problems you come across are like this. So just out from the logging site there's a little bit of a ridge, and the trailer, there must be like a meshing issue or something, the trailer just gets properly wedged. It will not go anywhere. It is just stuck. It's probably beached out. So I spent a good 5-10 minutes or so trying to get it out of there. It just would not go over the rise. So I had to detach the cable, move the older truck, which tows the trailer much better, I might add. And I mean, the benefit of the trailer is you could get the logging crane on, so the truck could become self-sufficient if you were using that trailer. So I had to move that out of the way, go back into the 49X, muck about with it, try and generate a bit more angle, and just generally try and drag it up and out of the way, which we eventually did, and then get back in the older truck and muck about, and oh my god, all for the sake of joining the trucks together and trying to save time. And what I've ended up doing is just wasting time. If I'd gone individually, I could have dragged them across the drilling site and gone up that way instead of going all the way around the road. But it was just a mess. I would nearly bad there. I nearly said a naughty word, but yeah, it was just an absolute mess from start to finish. And you know, the more I use this truck, the older White Western Star truck, I've got a lot of love for it. I'm almost halfway through the Alaska stuff on hard, so I've almost caught myself up on hard mode, and oh my god, money on hard is absolutely horrendous. But yeah, it is what it is. We dragged everything out, we got them back together again. I changed trucks. I didn't put the handbrake on because I didn't want the handbrake to be on when I was towing, which seems to be a little bit of a weird thing in the game, where the handbrake stays on even though you're towing. It may be a conflict with a mod. So we joined them back together and we basically went on our merry way and wasted, I mean, bear in mind that's got 225 litres left, and we ended up in this situation. And this game sometimes surprises me. Look how beautiful that is. A lovely, angry, delightful sunset. The trees are aglow with boundless energy. Oh my word, I've come across all mystical and wonderful, and what does Sheldon Cooper say, hippy dippy? Yeah, probably. But anyway, we finally got across to Smithville Dam, and apparently my dog wants to join in the video as well. We had to get one set of logs down to the drilling site there. There's no easy way. There's death followed by destruction followed by doom, or we go the long way round and go via the logging station. We don't want to go up there, up to that repair zone, because that is just absolute marsh and everything else. So we've got to come all the way down, past a house, all the way to the drilling site. It's just, there's no real easy way to get there. It's just a load of time. And then down to the quarry, we'll just go down over the dam and then down into the quarry. So the harder of the two jobs is getting the first set to the drilling site, so that is what we decided to do. I linked them together again and took them up to the top of the hill, and thought I'll just leave this on the grass, and kind of forgot that I was towing another truck and ended up wrapping it around the telegraph pole. So we've got to extract that in a couple of seconds, which doesn't go very well, as you'll see. But anyway, we're here, that's dumped there. We swap into the 49X and I turn the steering wheel the wrong way because I'm not very good at going backwards still, even after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. So yeah, I thought I was going to get wedged and stuck and it would be all sorts of trouble, but we do get it out with a couple of dings and scuffs on the bodywork, but it is what it is. It's looking a bit scruffy. We might have to stick it back in the garage at some point so it repairs. And that's another thing on hard as well, the lack of repairing stuff. Everything costs money. £5 to repair your truck and you get £3 for doing a job that takes 2 hours. It just does not seem fair. But we're back in the 49X. We've extracted it from the telegraph pole. We've turned the beacons on, health and safety. Don't worry, I'm going to ditch the beacons as soon as I can because I can't help but turn them on when they're there. And we end up at the entrance to the farm. Now, if you're curious, which I sometimes am, not in that way, just about where to drive trucks, I tried going across the field to the left with the bales in it. Don't do that. It's an absolute swamp. I tried to drive a P16 across there, which deals with mud reasonably well. Alright, Pascal, not deep mud, but reasonably sticky mud. It deals with it quite well. And it just buried itself up to its nuts and guts. It was absolutely horrendous. So, top tip, if you come into the farm, drive down the right hand side as the left hand side on the screen, which is the right hand side if you're behind the truck, and just take your time because there's loads of telegraph poles for you to winch onto, although the tree apparently is the most robust piece of wood in the whole world and it'll stop several tons of truck and trailer and logs and whatever else. And just use the winch, which I'm going to have to use in a minute because as good as this truck is, and it is quite a good little truck, it's got a decent sized tank and everything else, it sometimes beaches itself despite the fact that it's got the extra set of wheels to like kind of pump the suspension up. It does sometimes get stuck. So there's a little bit of winching, and I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. The single greatest part of this game is driving trucks through water. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it appeals so much. I don't know why I enjoy driving them through the mud and the shit and the deep water, but I get a great deal of satisfaction from it, which is strange, but there you go. But anyway, we've dragged it through there and we'll go up past the farm and then we'll go round the houses and all the way up and round and down, and we end up at the drilling site, and by this point I'm fed up. It seems to have taken ages to get here, so my love and affection for the trucks is, well, it's missing somewhat. I'm just getting abused. Top tip, if you're going to be running backwards and forwards up to Smithville Dam and doing all the missions, you're going to end up here a lot. Bring a trailer of some sort full of fuel and stick it there or somewhere away where you can just refuel, or otherwise you're going to find yourself stranded. Like I said, there's no quick and easy way. And that reminds me of a second issue with those gooseneck, swan neck trailers. On normal mode, you can flog it back at the trailer store and you get your money back. 100% of your money back. You get it back exactly what you paid for it. In hard, you can't do it, can you? You can't sell them. So you spend 11 grand on a trailer, you go and sell it, and that's it, 11 grand gone smoky bye-byes. So that one's done. We're back in the older White Western Star. There's a maintenance trailer. We are gonna we can't repair because we're not attached to it, but we're gonna refuel because that's used all its juice towing the 49X out of Black River, and we're gonna take this down the quarry, which again raises its own quandary. Before we get there, we're gonna rejoice in another glorious little bit of Snowrunner sunset graphics, and it's just a nice game. I just love it. It's a really good looking game, and I like nothing better than spoiling the scenery with a truck that pisses smoke out the exhausts. Again, driving through water and smoky exhausts, two of life's little pleasures. But yeah, I was worried that the weight of the logs were going to drag this truck crashing and burning at some point all the way down into the bottom of the quarry. But enough rambling from me. I'm going to hand you over to me on the voice feed that I recorded live while I was doing it. So I'll see you at the end. Well, that's rocking and rolling a bit, isn't it? So we're down the hill. Now we've got to negotiate the little wonky bit. Now there are tree roots in here, so we've got to be careful. We don't want to go in too quick because the truck will come to a hard stop and everything will go rolling down the bank to the left. So I tend to go a bit steadier into like a low gear. I mean, look at the slope on that. Ooh, that is just dodgy. Is that getting across there? Come on. Nice and slow. Don't you fall down there. Oh my giddy aunt. Yeah. I'm absolutely terrified this is going to go rolling down a hill at some point because that trailer and the logs, the weight is so far back on that truck. It just, yeah, not enjoyable at all. Long way around. Now, do we go down the slope across there that we can just see, that's halfway around, or do we go all the way around and down the slope that's underneath us? I think we need to go all the way around. I don't think, although I could be wrong and I've been wrong in the past, I don't think it's going to go round that corner. I think that is too steep, and we will just go down the slope in a fiery ball of wood and metal. But we'll see when we get there. Oh, that truck. Some of the rocks, it's just, I mean, absolutely brutal. It's good, I like it. I like watching the suspension articulation working and listening to the truck struggle as it's trying to get traction and everything else. The diff locks help. Invest in diff locks. They are very good little things, and they will, well, I say little, they're very good things and they will save you. Just don't leave them on because they will destroy themselves on hard surfaces. But there's another dodgy bit. Come on. Oh, I've gone too far to the right, to the left, sorry. Too far to the right. Look at that, is going to come off that rock. Do not fall down there. Yeah, I need to find a truck that can pull these trailers and it's not hanging the weight all the way out the back. It's all to do with the frame rails. The frame rails have got to be short enough not to interfere with the back end of the trailers, which I wonder if the Kodiak C70 will do it. I don't think it's big enough. Oh well. Let's have a little play. Obviously there's loads more trucks that I've not discovered. I appreciate I've done it in the wrong order. I should have gone to the first bit of all the maps and opened up loads of stuff and found loads of trucks and made my life a lot easier. But I've learned that lesson. When we go to the next area in Russia, we'll do as many jobs as we can and then we'll hot-foot it to the next area and we'll just open stuff up and get loads of trucks and work out what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, I could have, if I'd have come down there, could I have come down there with the logs? If I'd come down that way and gone round, I could have got down the slope. It's 6 and 2 3, isn't it? 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Oh, the trail is nearly over again. Holy moly! Ooh, come on. We're nearly there now. One more slope and a horrible 90-degree corner, and we're going to be there, and it's going to be done. It's got a right rock and roll on it. That bit of metal that locks into that saddle, we don't call them saddles in the UK. I'm reliably informed we call them a third wheel. I'm not necessarily convinced that, oh, don't you dare, I'm not convinced that everyone calls them third wheels, but do you know what? This truck should not be my friend because it just gets treated with no love whatsoever. But it's made it round and we didn't really have to use the diff locks too much. Well, that's that drag round there then. Right, let's get these unloaded, and that'll be, no, that's not right. That's not right. So which loading area is which? That first one must be the loading dock. As suppose I could drag that trailer out of here and sell it, give me a bit more money. I think that is the wrong unloading area. Yeah, no, I've made a mistake there. I need to go backwards. Come on, back you go. Back you go. All the way. That'll do you. Right, bin 'em. Come on. Done. 10 grand. I'll take that. That's not a bad amount of cash. I'll take that. That's cool. Right, that's it. Done. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, like, subscribe. And if you're playing Snowrunner, let me know how you're getting on. And fingers crossed, I will see you next time. Take care. Stay safe. Peace.